Are you tired of average? Tired of waiting for life to hand you a break? Then this video is for you. This isn't about motivation. It's about obsession, about discipline, focus, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start dominating your life, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a drop. Let's get into it. Section 1. If you're serious about achieving greatness, then it's time to let go of the casual mindset. Success isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you chase with unwavering intensity. It demands more than just interest or occasional effort. It asks for everything. You can't treat it like a weekend project or something you pursue when life feels easy. No, you have to want it so badly that it becomes part of your identity. As Roronoa Zoro from One Piece once said, "There is someone I must meet again. And until that day, not even death can take my life away." That's the kind of fire you need. A reason so strong that even pain and doubt become meaningless. Obsession isn't a dirty word when it comes to your dreams. It's the prerequisite. You have to breathe it, speak it, think it, and live it in every moment of your day. Every small decision should align with that larger goal. There is no off switch when you're building a legacy. When people ask how far you're willing to go, your answer must be, as far as it takes. And then further. Remember how Rock Lee trained in Naruto, doing thousands of push-ups just to close the gap between him and the gifted? That wasn't motivation. That was obsession. And obsession wins in the long run. Most of the world is satisfied with average, and they'll try to convince you to be satisfied too. They'll call your ambition extreme, your drive unhealthy. But that's only because your intensity reminds them of what they're not willing to become. Don't let them slow you down. They'll tell you to rest, to live a little, to enjoy the now. But you know better. You know that fulfillment doesn't come from comfort. It comes from becoming the person you were meant to be. And that version of you, it doesn't emerge through relaxation. It's forged in pressure, in heat, in the unrelenting commitment to evolve. You want to build something that outlasts you? Then start acting like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your fulfillment, your peace, your purpose, all of them are locked behind a door that only effort can open. That effort must be daily, deliberate, and brutal. You have to learn to fall in love with the process, even when it's ugly, even when it hurts. Just like Guts from Berserk, who kept moving forward with a broken body and a haunted mind. Not because it was easy, but because stopping was never an option. You must be that unbreakable, that focused, that addicted to greatness. Section 2. You must become addicted to growth. Not the idea of getting better, but the brutal reality of it. The kind of addiction that makes failure irrelevant, because your desire to win drowns out every other possibility. It's not that failure isn't real. It just doesn't get a voice anymore. You're too consumed by progress to even entertain the thought of giving up. You're not walking this road for comfort or applause. You're here to earn every inch with blood, sweat, and a heart that refuses to break. Just like Hinata from Haikyuu, who stood tall among giants not because he was born to win, but because he trained like his life depended on it. That's not talent. That's obsession. You won't stumble into success by luck. You won't find it hiding behind excuses or waiting politely for your turn. You have to seize it. Rip it from the hands of comfort and mediocrity. When your muscles scream, when your energy is gone, when your mind begs you to slow down, you accelerate. When the crowd doubts you, when they laugh, when they whisper that you'll never make it, you turn their disbelief into fuel. The moments you feel the weakest are when your true strength is revealed. It's easy to push when things are smooth, but champions are built when it hurts. Power comes in response to a need, not a desire, Goku once said. So make it a need. Make winning your oxygen. This battle isn't about lifting more or running faster. It's about mastering the one thing most people never conquer, their own mind. Your brain will lie to you. It will beg you to settle, to play safe, to avoid the burn. But you don't obey. Not when you're this close to breaking through. When you're obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself, that voice of doubt loses its power. You don't negotiate with weakness. You don't reason with fear. You smother them with discipline. That mental war, that quiet personal war, is where most people lose. But not you. You've already chosen your side. And it's the side that never backs down. So here's the question. Are you truly obsessed? Or are you just interested? Because if you're only here to tick boxes, to blend in, to get by, you're not ready. But if you're willing to burn the ships, to go all in, and never look back, then now is your moment. This isn't a hobby. This is your battlefield. And in battle, only the relentless survive. Only those who show up, prepared to sacrifice everything, stand a chance. Just like Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, who declared, "If you win, you live. If you lose, you die. If you don't fight, you can't win." That's the energy. That's the mindset. And that's the addiction you need if you want to rise above the rest. Section 3. There are two types of people in this world. Those who dodge discomfort like it's a disease, and those who run straight into it like it's the cure. Most will try to shield themselves from struggle, chasing ease and avoiding anything that stings. But the uncommon few, they chase pain, they seek the fire. Why? Because they understand a fundamental truth. Growth only comes through resistance. Every painful rep, every failure, every moment of doubt, it's all fuel. The ones who chase greatness know that every bruise they earn today becomes armor for tomorrow. As All Might said in My Hero Academia, when you're up against a wall, the only way to go is to fight. That fight, the one most avoid, is exactly where the transformation happens. The difference is never talent. It's tolerance. Tolerance for discomfort. The average will fold the second things get hard. They'll rationalize quitting. They'll search for sympathy. But those addicted to progress don't retreat. They welcome the storm. They laugh in the face of pain and turn it into power. To them, setbacks aren't defeats. They're feedback. Failures aren't roadblocks. They're foundations. When you're obsessed, falling doesn't scare you. Staying down does. True growth lives in that moment where everything hurts and you still choose to continue. Just like Ippo from Hajime no Ippo, who kept swinging not because he could, but because he had to. That's the heart of the addicted. But you can't maintain that fire if you're surrounded by smoke. Your environment will either sharpen your focus or suffocate it. If you're serious about becoming the best, you must protect your space like it's sacred. People, media, habits, everything you allow into your orbit either feeds your obsession or drains it. You can't afford to keep company with the lazy, the jealous, or the satisfied. They'll laugh at your standards because they've settled for theirs. They'll see your grind and call it extreme because they fear what it reflects in them. You want to go far? Cut the anchors. Get around people who are climbing like you. People who challenge you to level up, not level out. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break through. That means letting go of approval, of popularity, of being liked by people who chose average. Your tribe isn't built on comfort. It's built on shared vision, shared sacrifice. Find those who treat discipline like a daily religion. People who won't let you slack because they hold themselves to the same fire. In the words of Lelouch from Code Geass, if the king doesn't lead, how can he expect his subordinates to follow? You're the king of your path. Lead with obsession and only keep warriors beside you. Because in this world, distraction is everywhere, but so is purpose. And it's your job to stay locked in on the mission, no matter what noise surrounds you. Section 4. Those who are truly addicted to their vision don't sit around waiting for the stars to align. They forge the path with raw determination and tunnel vision focus. Their goals aren't passive dreams, they're missions, and every action is a strike toward the target. Distractions? They don't exist. Excuses? Irrelevant. The addicted don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through sheer willpower. And it all begins in the mind. Because if you don't have a mind trained for war, you'll fold the moment life pushes back. Mindset isn't a detail, it's the whole battlefield. As Itachi Uchiha said in Naruto, those who cannot acknowledge themselves will eventually fail. Control the mind, and the body will follow. Your mindset can either become the gravity that keeps you stuck, or the engine that launches you forward. Being addicted to greatness means mastering that inner dialogue, the one that whispers self-doubt, the one that begs you to coast. Talent means nothing if your mental discipline is fragile. Champions are built with the bricks of belief and discipline. You need to wake up every day with conviction, not wishful thinking. You have to believe, without apology, that you're built for more, that you were born not just to participate, but to dominate. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment with your purpose. As Killua from Hunter x Hunter once realized, you should enjoy the little detours, because that's where you'll find the things more important than what you want. Even setbacks hold value, if your mind is strong enough to see it. The addicted are ruthless problem solvers. They don't accept limitations. They tear them down. While others complain, they adapt. While others pause, they push. Every obstacle is another rep for the mind. A wall isn't a reason to stop. It's a signal to hit harder. A mountain isn't a warning. It's a challenge to rise. The addicted lean into resistance. They know pain is a compass pointing toward greatness. When things get hard, they don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What now?" That mentality separates those who wish from those who win. Excuses are irrelevant. The world doesn't hand out rewards for effort. It rewards results. And if you want to stand at the top, your only option is to earn it. Your mind will betray you if you let it. It'll tell you to rest, to take the easy route, to stay comfortable. But the addicted know better. They know that comfort is the enemy of greatness. The second you slow down, someone hungrier, someone more obsessed, takes your place. There are no breaks in this game, no reset buttons. This is your shot, your moment. Are you going to let your mind play small? Or are you going to command it to rise? The addicted choose obsession. They choose sacrifice. Because they know that in a world full of distractions, only the focused survive. As Guts from Berserk once said, "A dream, it's something you do for yourself, not for others. And you owe it to yourself to see just how far you can go when nothing can stop you." Section 5. Addiction to the grind isn't just about hard work. It's about falling in love with the pain that comes with becoming something more. It's about showing up every day, even when you've got nothing left, and then digging deeper to find what you didn't know was there. People glorify the results, the applause, the spotlight, the titles. But that's not where greatness is born. Greatness is built in the dark, in those moments of isolation, fatigue, and silence when no one is watching. That's where the addicted live. That's their sanctuary. As Saitama from One Punch Man says, human beings are strong because we have the ability to change ourselves. And change only comes through the fire of relentless grind. Most people flinch when things get hard. They fold under the pressure of discomfort and call it balance. But the addicted, they lean into the suffering. They understand that real transformation doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the furnace of adversity. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it hurts so bad you want to quit, but you don't. Mastering the grind means becoming so familiar with the struggle that it becomes your second skin. You stop fearing it and start using it. You start seeing every ounce of fatigue, every mental battle, and every obstacle as a stepping stone, not a barrier. In Haikyuu, Hinata says it best, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and chase them down, one spike at a time." While others hit snooze while they scroll, rest, and wait for the right moment, the addicted are already miles ahead. They're in the gym, at the desk, in the zone. Tired, of course, but tired is a whisper compared to the roar of purpose in their chest. The addicted don't run from exhaustion. They challenge it. Midnight comes, and the choice is simple: sleep or sacrifice. And for them, it's always the latter. Because they understand something most people never will. Success doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to what you do. "A lesson without pain is meaningless," said Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. That's not just philosophy, that's reality. Excuses are the enemy. They dress themselves up as logic, as reason, as mental health days, or well-deserved breaks. But most of the time, they're just camouflage for fear. Fear of failing, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough. But the addicted don't give in to fear. They confront it. They strip away every excuse, no matter how convincing, and stand face to face with the raw truth. Either you did the work or you didn't. No justifications, no feel-good stories, just action or inaction. That kind of accountability burns. But the addicted welcome the burn, because they know it's what forges the unbreakable. They don't let fear become their story. They let it become their fuel. Success demands sacrifice, and the addicted pay in full. They sacrifice comfort, ease, and often even connection. Every choice to grind when others relax, to endure when others escape. It's a deposit towards something greater. They know they can't have it all. They're not trying to. They've chosen one thing: the climb. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, every missed party or weekend off, it's all a payment. Because ordinary efforts produce ordinary lives. But if you want to create something extraordinary, You've got to give up the ordinary. Just like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, who trained in gravity 100 times stronger than Earth's, the addicted make peace with the pain, because they know the price is worth the reward. Section 6. There comes a moment when the grind stops feeling like sacrifice and starts feeling like investment. Every drop of sweat, every hour of lost sleep, every piece of you that gets poured into the mission, it becomes your down payment on greatness, because once you're all in, you're no longer giving things up. You're building something bigger than yourself. And if you're waiting for the perfect time to start, let this be the wake-up call. There is no perfect time. There's only now. The addicted don't wait. They don't hesitate. They move. While others talk about dreams, they're chasing them down at full speed. Life isn't going to slow down for you to catch up. It doesn't wait until you feel ready. It moves. And if you're not moving with it, you're being left behind. The addicted don't ask for permission, and they don't wait for the stars to align. They take the chaos and forge their own path. You've got one shot, one life. That's it. And what's standing in your way isn't the world, isn't your past, isn't luck or chance. It's you, your doubt, your hesitation, your excuses. The addicted don't live in that prison. They know the truth. Limits don't exist unless you accept them. They crush the voice in their head that says, "You can't," and replace it with one word: relentless. You might be exhausted. You might be questioning yourself, but that's when it matters most. That's when you find out who you are. Winners don't emerge from easy days. They're built in the moments when most people quit. Pain? It's just feedback. Fatigue? It's just a signal. You don't stop when it's hard. You stop when you're finished. And if you're truly addicted to the process, you're never really finished. There's always another level to reach. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from challenge. And the addicted crave that. They chase the mountain, not the path around it, because they know the bigger the challenge, the bigger the transformation. Every time they face down fear, doubt, and pain, they rise. They don't shy away from the storm. They walk straight into it. They grow stronger, not in spite of difficulty, but because of it. You've got a choice. Right now, rise or stay the same. Build or break. Chase the fire or run from it. The addicted, they burn with purpose. They don't wait to be chosen. They choose themselves, again and again, until the world has no choice but to acknowledge their fire. Section 7. Develop a mindset where limits don't exist, where the only ceiling is the one you choose to believe in. For the addicted, every time they hit what feels like the edge, they push again and again, until what used to feel impossible becomes routine. Your mind will scream, your body will beg, but you're in charge. And when you take control, you realize limits are just illusions. The greatest in the world, the elite, the untouchable, they all have one thing in common. They live in that space beyond the limit, that place where most people quit. They thrive, because real growth, the kind that transforms you, doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when everything in you says stop and you decide to keep going anyway. That's where champions are built. So the next time your legs give out, when your breath is short and your heart's pounding, smile, because you've just arrived at the starting line. That's not the end. That's where it begins. Push past that point. Own it. Now lock in. Focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Focus is your superpower. It separates winners from wishers. When you're truly addicted to success, you become addicted to clarity, to tunnel vision, to silencing the noise and locking in on the goal. Distractions? Gone. Doubters? Tuned out. Fear? Irrelevant. You don't let the outside world dictate your direction. Your focus does that. When the world says slow down, the addicted accelerate. When comfort calls, they don't answer. Because focus is more than attention. It's protection. It guards your goals from the world's chaos. The clearer your vision, the stronger your will. The stronger your will, the more unstoppable you become. Focus will carry you when everything else breaks. But focus without discipline is nothing. Discipline is the engine that drives your vision forward. Without it, you're just drifting. You could be the most talented person in the room, but if you don't have discipline, it's wasted potential. The addicted don't wait to feel like it. They show up because that's who they are. Rain or shine, tired or not. Discipline is their constant, their edge. They don't need hype. They don't chase motivation. They rely on structure, on repetition, on relentless action. It's not flashy, but it's lethal. And over time, it builds something unbreakable. That's why the addicted win. Because while the rest of the world is looking for shortcuts, they're building habits. They're grinding. They're doing what it takes, day in and day out. Section 8. The addicted know that without discipline, they'll never tap into their true power. So they wake up before the world, put in the reps, and silence every excuse. They don't wait for motivation. They don't ask how they feel. They show up anyway. Because discipline doesn't care how you feel. It cares what you do. And what you do every day becomes who you are. When you're addicted to discipline, you stop waiting for the perfect moment. You realize that you make the moment perfect. With your grit, your sweat, your action. That's what turns visions into results. That's what separates dreamers from doers. At the end of the day, it's about one thing. Winning, not surviving, not floating, not almost. Winning. Life doesn't hand out participation trophies. It rewards the ones who are willing to bleed for the top. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break through. Every move you make, every ounce of energy you pour in, it's all got one purpose: win. That's your standard now. Winning isn't just a moment. It's not a weekend. It's a lifestyle. It's who you become. The addicted don't show up to compete. They show up to dominate. And every victory, it's just fuel for the next one. One win builds on another until the fire inside burns hotter than anything trying to stop you. You chase victory like it's oxygen. You don't wait for the opportunity. You hunt it down. The addicted don't fear competition. They crave it, because every battle is a chance to sharpen the blade. Every challenge is another rung on the ladder to the top. And they're not climbing just to say they tried. They're climbing because they're obsessed with the view from the summit. Victory isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new obsession. Because the addicted are never satisfied. They don't peak. They evolve. They're not chasing greatness. They're addicted to it. And greatness never ends.